Kids Enjoy Exercise Now is a free sports and recreation program for kids with disabilities. At Keene, we match you, the volunteer coach, one-to-one with one of our young athletes for an hour of fun, friendship, and fitness. Before meeting your athlete, you will go through an orientation session led by a veteran coach or staff member.
My name is Hillary Lerner. I've been a Keene volunteer for 7 years. A colleague kind of invited me to come out one day, and I fell in love with it and have been coming back ever since. And I think this is the best part of my day, my week, my month, my year, my life. It is my favorite thing, and I hope that you all have just as much fun today as I have every week. So welcome to Keene.
Your trainer will share with you what to expect at a Keene session, beginning with the arrival of your athlete.
When that athlete arrives, we're going to say, Ruthie's here, or Damani's here, or whatever the athlete is, they're going to arrive here. We're going to match you up with them, and then you have an hour of free play. In the gym, we have just about anything that's fun to do in the gym, we can do. Whether it's scooters, basketball, football, hula hoop, we have tunnels, anything that's really fun, we have to do in the gym. Some of our kids have been coming to Keene for a long time and they'll tell you exactly what they want to do. Other times you're going to have to kind of encourage them. Oh, how about the scooters? What about basketball? Like, what would you like to do and play with today?
Before meeting your athlete, you'll be given their Keene profile, a document with information that will help you have a great coaching experience.
This is the most important thing you will read today. This will give you everything you need to know to be successful in working with your athlete. At the top, you'll see a description. It'll tell you how old they are. It'll tell you when their birthday is. Always important. We like to celebrate birthdays at Keene. And then the next piece is a description of their disability. This will tell you if they have Down syndrome or autism or cerebral palsy. It'll tell you if they're right-handed or left-handed. It'll tell you if they're verbal or not verbal. It'll tell you if they're toilet trained or not toilet trained. So it'll give you a little bit about their disability. So that's important to read.
The profile will contain some helpful hints for working with your athlete, as well as a section on their favorite activities.
The next piece is helpful hints. This is what we as coaches, committee members, and parents have learned about working with our athletes. So sometimes it'll say they love high fives. You're going to meet Kezia Bell today. Kezia loves high fives. He's amazing. Other times, if an athlete gets over-agitated, he wants you to count, or you may need to talk in a soft voice, or he doesn't like to be touched. It'll give you helpful hints about working with your athlete, just so that you know a little bit about that. The next piece is favorite activities. This is especially important in the gym because, as I mentioned, there's just about anything that's fun to do in the gym is in there. And so with so many options, you may want to know what their favorite activity is so that you can encourage or ask them if they want to do that. Whether it's scooters or hula hoop or football, you can say, hey, I see you like, name X activity. Do you want to go do that?
And lastly, the profile will contain some target areas. These are long-term goals for your athlete.
Typically, it's something around socialization, so things like cooperation, sharing, learning to engage with others. But sometimes it can be more physical, like maybe they're going from walking to running, or they favor one side of the body or the other, so they want to practice using the left side or the right side of their body. So that's important to note so that you can be encouraging your athlete to kind of work with them on those items.
Your athlete may be nonverbal, but that doesn't mean they aren't listening. So don't talk about them as if they aren't there. Address them by their name and ask them what they want to do.
My first athlete that I ever worked with at the pool 7 years ago was completely nonverbal. Loved the pool, jumping around, having a great time, but completely nonverbal. And last year, again at the pool, I was working with him, and all of a sudden he said, goggles. And it was like this incredible moment. 7 years, he'd never said a word to me, and all of a sudden he had been listening to the discussion about the goggles that were going on at the pool, and you realize that despite the fact that he may not be talking back to you, he's listening and he can hear you. So make sure that you're talking to them and realize that some of those things are really important here.
If you have questions about your athlete or any of the information on their profile, ask a veteran coach or staff member for help. Just remember to have fun. The real magic of Keene lies in the unique connection made between you and your athlete.
So we here at Keene are in a completely judge-free zone. I say that because the more into Keene you are, the more into it your athlete's going to be. So if you're twirling around in a circle, or you're running around the gym, or you're singing silly songs, or you're talking to your athlete and they don't seem to be talking back, that's okay, and that's embraced here at Keene.
At Keene, we celebrate the possible. Small accomplishments you might take for granted elsewhere are causes for great celebration here.
You're going to meet one of our athletes today who was totally afraid of the gym because it had too loud of noises. He was like, that hurts my ears. I don't want to go in the gym. For a year, he played on a mat outside of the gym. He wanted to look at the gym, but was too afraid to go in because of the noise. When he walked into the gym for the first time, it was huge cause for celebration. For him, that was a major milestone. So we celebrate what's possible. We celebrate the little things here at Keene that you wouldn't think about celebrating in other places.
At Keene, we're proud of our ability.
At the end of every sports session, we do what we call prouds. Prouds are when we go around the circle and we say, Ruthie, what did you do today that made you proud? And then if Ruthie's verbal, she'll tell us. Many of them are very custom. And then for each athlete, we clap and cheer and celebrate their accomplishments. If your athlete is nonverbal, you're going to tell us what they did, whether they shot 10 hoops or ran around the gym 30 times or whatever the accomplishment was for the day. You're going to tell us, and we're going to clap and cheer and celebrate for each athlete.
You, the volunteer, are the heart of Keene. We could not do it without you. On behalf of all of our athletes and their families, thank you.